Hello, hello, hello. Derek is going to bring you guys week 31 Fantasy Outlook. I do not believe there's any double game weeks this week because the first game is on Friday, which is tomorrow. This is being recorded Thursday evening. So, Derek, the floor is yours.
Yeah, sorry for the late show this week, guys. I had a couple problems getting it done earlier this week. Like Sam said, there was no DGWs this week, or else we would have done it a few days ago. Every team plays this week. There's also no buys. Thankfully, everyone plays. You don't have to jumble your roster due to buys. So every team plays one game. We're all good. Last week, I ended up on 99 points. Really good. I captained a certain Ivorian. You may know him, Didier Drogba. Scored 3 goals this past week. Ended up with 38 points as my captain. You could tell I'm just thrilled with that because I keep moving up. I think I'm in the top 20 in the Orlando City League now, which a couple months ago I was about 140th, so that's pretty damn good. I really struggled at the beginning of this year. Without wasting any time, let's go to the options for the rest of this week. First game is on Friday, like Sam said, DC United NYC. As for DC, I'm not sure why you'd have anyone outside Bill Hamid on your team. They're a good team. They're not a good fantasy team. As for NYC, they've won 3 games in a row. I am willing to put Frank Lampard in my team this week. He has played really well the past few games. Scored in 2 out of his last 3. DC United has not won in, I think it was 5 or 6 games. Frank Lampard, good sneaky pick this week, if you want to say that. I mean, he's scored 200 goals in the Premier League. That's not sneaky, but as for your fantasy team, he is a cheaper midfield option than the Benny Feilhaber and the Ignacio Piattis. He's only at 10.1. Next game, we got Toronto versus Philadelphia. I'm fully expecting Toronto to win, but then again, it's Toronto. You never know. Jovinko is always an option. Other than that, I mean, you could play Michael Bradley. As for Philadelphia, I like Christian Maidana this week. I like CJ Sapong. As we all know, Toronto has a terrible defense. They've allowed 50-plus goals just like us. CJ Sapong, sleeper pick this week. Big sleeper pick. He's under $8, I believe, still. Then the game I believe is going to have a ton of fantasy points everywhere is New York Red Bulls at Columbus. These two teams are going at it. They're fighting for the Supporters' Shield. Matt Miazga is going to be out. So New York's defense is going to be a little deflated. They were terrible against us anyway. Absolutely terrible. I don't know how that team we made them look so terrible. Carlos Rivas and Kyle Aaron did. But still, I'm expecting a goal for Kai Kamara, an assist for Ethan Finley. Goals on both sides. We're looking at a possible 2-2, 3-2 type of game here. Not defenders. Midfielders and forwards are always good options in these games. You should have Kai Kamara anyway. Bradley Wright Phillips, good option. Whole New York midfield's good option. They're always good. Moving on, we got Orlando City versus Montreal. This is another game I'm expecting to be open and goals scored. Montreal has a better defense than us, but still, we're going to try and we got to be open to go up and get goals to win the game, help us get in the playoffs. Montreal is just going to try and fight for a point, hopefully. There's been rumors about Drogba not playing this week. If that scares you off, you can go ahead and drop him. I wouldn't. He's on fire. I absolutely would not at his price point. You just can't do that. It's 7 goals since he's come into MLS.
In 6 games.
He's 7 in 6 games. I mean, you can't go against that number. I don't want him to score against us, of course, but I think he will. He's just on too much fire. I'm going to pick Orlando City to win 2-1 this week. That's for my score prediction. Drogba is the goal for Montreal, hopefully, for my fantasy team. But we need the 3 points. Think we're going to be open. Think we're going to get out, score some goals. As for Orlando City, you can plug Kaká in your lineup this weekend. I think he had 3 assists versus New York this past week. Always a good thing. Team looked really good the past 3 weeks, and Kaká is just going to add to that. So if you want to put him in your lineup, maybe as like a sleeper pick, hopefully. I'm not sure what his ownership percentage is right now. But you can add him in and just hope for the best because he has scored against Montreal this year. And he had the assist on the other goal, I believe. And then next game is Chicago at home versus New England. As we all know, Chicago's got absolutely nothing to play for. They're eliminated from the playoffs. New England's still going for the Supporters Shield. I love Lee Win this week. I have him on my team. I'm expecting 8 points for Lee Win this week. Chicago's an utter dumpster fire. No Eric Garrick. He's been out. Sean Johnson's out. Like I said, they've already been eliminated, so I'm not sure who the hell they're going to play this week. New England's going to win that game pretty easily. 3-0, probably. 3-1. Next up, Portland versus SKC. Watch who starts for Portland this week at striker, because SKC, if you don't know, they played 120 minutes in their Open Cup win. They'll be in the CONCACAF Champions League. But Portland's looking at this game, and they're like, yes. We get to play their entire defense. All 4 of their defenders pretty much played the whole game. If Fernando Adi starts, he either scores 0 or he scores 2. So Kansas City being tired, I'm kind of thinking he's going to score this week if he starts, of course. Diego Valeri, a good option this week. Like I said, SKC's tired. They're making a cross-coast trip. They played in Philadelphia yesterday. They're playing in Portland on Saturday. Portland, sneaky good options this week. Sneaky good. Nagby, Valeri, Ridgewell, Adi, whoever starts a striker. I don't know who they'll start. Porter's an idiot. And then we got San Jose versus Vancouver. This will be a low-scoring game. Defenders always in play here. Francis, Bingham, Kendall Waston, if you really want to pay $8 for a defender. I wouldn't, but Vancouver defenders a little more expensive. Then again, they're actually good. Then we go to the Sunday games. SCD versus Houston. SCD is going to fight for the Supporters Shield. They took a tough loss this past week, but they're playing at home versus Houston, who is also trying to get into the playoffs. Should be a tight game this week. I'm going to go 2-1 to FC Dallas. I actually picked up an FC Dallas defender this week. They're actually not that bad of a defensive team. LA just makes everyone look like shit, so I wouldn't worry about that. Going on to Colorado versus Real Salt Lake. Every time these two teams play, it always seems to be low scoring for whatever reason. I mean, they're both terrible. They're just not good this year for different reasons. Colorado for lack of talent, RSL for injuries and red cards, mostly like us. They are the West version of us. I'm thinking 0-0, 1-1. So if you really want to play anyone from this game, go for it. But I'm not. And then lastly, a game I'm hoping will have huge fantasy points, stars everywhere. Final game of the week, Seattle versus LA. Feel free to play whoever you want from this game, except the defenders. So midfielders and forwards, go for it. Just know if you do decide to play a defender, Chad Marshall was carted off in an ambulance this past week at practice a couple days ago, so I would not play him. Stephen Fry is always a good decision, especially with LA playing on the road. They're not that good on the road. Obafemi, Clint Dempsey, always good decisions. That's pretty much all I got for those games. Number 1 player this week, I'm going to pick Sebastian Jovinko. They're playing Philadelphia, who, even though they've looked better, Jovinko's Jovinko. I'm not going to say he is the MVP of the league. I know Kai Kamara has his 22 goals or whatever, but what's Jovinko at? 15 and 15, 20 and 20, something
20
like
and 10. 20 and 10 before last week.
Yeah, it's 20
He's
goals.
the first MLS player ever.
20 goals, 10 assists?
Before last week, so I'm not sure what he did last week.
You can't go wrong with that, folks. Number 1 player. He's been the number 1 player all year. I'm pretty sure he's leading every player in MLS Fantasy by 20 or 30 points at least. I'll check that out for y'all. Retweet it. Because he's at $13.50. That means he's been pretty damn good for months. Put him on your team. Sleeper captain pick. You can pick Lee Win, Sasha Kleston. They're both sleeper captain picks. Kikaz, a sleeper captain pick. So that's pretty much all I got. I'm captaining a midfielder this week. Let's just say that. So, you have any other questions, Sam?
No, I'm all good.
All right, hey, that's pretty much all I got for y'all folks this week. There's 3 weeks left in the MLS fantasy season, MLS season in general. Weeks 32 and 33 are both unlimited transfers. Mostly because there's only 3 games next week, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Other than that, good luck this week. Y'all have a good week.
All right, guys, there you have it. And, Derek is live from his car right now. He is not at his house where he usually records. So, just props there. He's bringing you Fantasy Outlook on the road because he knows he wants to get it done for you guys. So,
I say no, I'm not driving right now, folks. I'm in a parking lot. So,
so no safety is at issue. But there you have it. So, thank you, Derek. Week 31 Fantasy Outlook. We're all good. Watch match preview. I had a great guest this week, and I told everyone where I will be for Fan TV. Peace out.
Oh shit! I didn't even hear where you are for Fan TV.
I'm just gonna go back to the